Last year's 31st December church service produced a lot of predictions and prophecies from a lot of prophets, spiritualists, and pastors. One of the prophecies and predictions which dominated was the outbreak and the coming of a pandemic in 2025. This has been received by many believers all across the world as they wait for the upcoming pandemic, since we recently heard of an outbreak of a virus in China. In this video, we shall be looking at some of the prophecies made by these prophets in accordance with the pandemic and how they describe it. This is because there is a difference in how they describe it. There is a difference in the vision they saw. Some are saying it will be a pandemic of an eye infection. Some are also saying it will be a pandemic of skin infection. Others are saying there will be a virus that will affect animals, which will later affect humans. Let's watch the videos.
What the Lord showed me, if we don't take care, another pandemic is coming. The kind of sickness I saw that is about to hit the world. So, that one skin is part. Yes. Obi who counts is here when I am not a prophet. So I remember when I stood in church one Sunday evening, they said, I see a sickness being created in a lab. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Because he said COVID-19 by. And the Lord told me sorrow is coming. So present me to my people and tell them that the only safe haven is the one who came to carry the sorrow.
Sure.
They don't take it seriously.
Sanya coronavirus by afi yamon paya yare boni bi tesasa yare ni bi.
Now, just like we had coronavirus some years back, if we do not pray, something in the similitude of coronavirus, some evil disease.
My who spirit tibia or sense wiem.
I see a certain spirit hanging in the air.
Na o pusa yare ni free nanum.
And that the spirit was spewing that sickness from its mouth.
Na spread.
And I saw that it was spreading.
For number 3 is Prophet Isaac Anto, who says he saw a pandemic in the form of an eye infection where the whole world was troubled with an eye infection.
Me who say yare bi epie wiase obia ekọ no wanya apollo nani obia ni ye ne ya obia ni ye ne ya obia posa nani na ebi ne ma she glasses na ebi ne ma obia she glasses we yare eni yare no say ahun bi ehu no ma bi egu wiem na eni yare obi a oyo difo bi a ohu ade bia nyame be na mahuna sama meken eni yare babeba enti unyakopon say men kan kire ne ma. The Lord is asking me, protect your eyes, very bad, and it's going to cause a lot of people to be blind. Yeah, and please listen to this. I just want to carry you along what the Lord showed me that we should pray for and against.
Je veux juste vous parler de ce que l'Éternel m'a montré.
This 2025. This is just a few. As days go by, I will unleash the rest as the Spirit directs.
Je veux juste vous parler de ce que Dieu m'a révélé et au fur et à mesure que le temps passe, je vais les révéler.
In my quiet moment with God, I saw in the vision, God showed me this, and things we need to pray for and against.
Dans mes heures d'intimité avec l'Éternel, Dieu m'a montré certaines choses que nous devons prier pour cela.
Prophecies for the year 2025.
Prophétie de l'année 2025.
In Africa,
En Afrique,
people should be very vigilant with vaccines.
En Afrique, les hommes doivent être vigilants en ce qui concerne les vaccins,
Especially with the vaccination of animals.
spécialement avec les vaccins des bovins.
The area of foreign aid in the form of vaccines is going to call for a lot of attention. What will be used to vaccinate animals will have devastating effects on humans. I take it again. What will be used to vaccinate animals will have devastating effects on humans who eat them.
C'est qu'on va utiliser.
Next is Dr. Pakwesi, a philosopher. For him, he says the pandemic is going to be the impulse, which is already here with us. He's saying the new pandemic, which is going to overtake the world, is the impulse. So people should watch out.
Enti we nipa na ohon kwa de a gwanhu sie te se de ya mo kokone ka che o se kotra fie na o chimienu pa hwe de wiase aye besi nne we de ebe proso.
There's a new
In no time.
there's a new pandemic eba a chen corona. Doctor sana apachre yenjintum
Sabe pepe.
ni din the same monkeypox. Yes aba
Treko enche. Bia beto ko
I know you say bush meat or bush meat anambwa sorry bush meat
treba.
and modern e de buy you and
Bushmeat bi anya hwe. Bushmeat bi anya hwe o.
sir
E obi no wa what laboratory. And we create this hard no.
nye bush meat
Aw, HIV yari eba Ebola. Ye nipa na tena se we create our laboratory no daba.
This is Prophet Lion from Ghana. According to him, the angel of the Lord picked him into a country like China. And what he saw was that they were manufacturing something like a chemical. This chemical was supposed to be meant for war, but he was seeing the chemical being released into the atmosphere. And this chemical will mix with the air we breathe. And so anyone who breathes in this chemical will suffer. It will be a world disaster.
Now, 2025 snake no ebeki kanko fo bibiri. Now, me say snake no akogina kuro bi so te se China. Na I saw say omaye chemical bi. Na chemical no omoye ye no mo ba be test it. Na omoye chemical be 16 years ni. Afi no mo release chemical. Na ye wura 2025 no a the air na ye breathe no enye air papa. And from ana woman, it will be polluted
by the chemical now.
By the chemical into omato. Into omo test it. Say the chemical is it here. Cause someone the beko war. Into omo share the way a chemical it here. Amun pacho untie me pa. Now, into pacho omo test it no. The environment a war around them. Na adane pollution. And you be piano a damage you lungs. At the 2025 yaria ebe tiesi e wo wiase e lungs damage. Nipa mfe di nipa be ko wu. You untimi breathe
Because of chemical now inhaling.
Because of the air pollution. Because yemframa no enye papa. Because the amount of chemical wouldn't from any.
Okay.
Enti bofuno adonel jaka chere me say nipa bia obenu nsuo bebre no obe escape this sickness. Number 1, a sickness no about attacking nipa lungs. Nti ebe me nipa bebre hu. Ebe damage wo obi bega menfe. Ade na so menfe ne menfe. Nti wontimi nhumi ye na ku.
We also ought to pray against plagues. Against plagues. In that I saw a plague rising. Then I heard the words prevent Japan, not China. It says prevent Japan. More like pray to block. It says block. Block from Japan. That's what it is. Block from Japan. Whether it's a flu strain or whatever it is, but it's a plague that the enemy is trying to bring in.
There is something great that made me to come here on the live today and speak concerning 2025. I personally saw the good that was to release evil. I saw new sickness that have never been on earth. So the Lord says we need to pray. I saw the need of intercessors. I saw it was just chaotic.
We've all heard about the prophecies and predictions from these prophets. But what was shocking to me was what happened or transpired during the inauguration of the president-elect of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. President John Dramani Mahama began his inaugural speech talking about the possible outbreak of a pandemic in 2025. Let's have a listen.
With the increase of the climate crisis, and as the waters grow warmer, melting the Arctic ice and permafrost, there's a greater likelihood for viruses that have been frozen and thought to be extinct for decades, perhaps even centuries, to begin to spread and create another global pandemic. The changing climate conditions, increased population density in urban areas, and mass international travel are enabling existing viruses to spread and mutate at a faster and faster rate than they did before. This is a serious challenge. Let us not forget the toll that the past epidemics of viruses like Ebola, COVID, and Mpox have taken on the families and communities and medical infrastructure in several of our neighboring countries and in the sub-region. Let us also not forget how swiftly and completely the COVID pandemic brought the entire world to a screeching halt. My government will be working diligently to strengthen our public health systems while monitoring the global health situation so that when, and not if, but when the next pandemic or epidemic occurs, the loss of lives in Ghana will be minimal.
I believe we have all walked, listened, and have heard about the predictions and prophecies given by all these prophets about a coming pandemic. No matter the variations in their prophecies, I believe it tells us to be concerned and to be on the guard for an upcoming pandemic. Before I end this video, I would like you to subscribe to my channel and share this video to your friends so that they will also be aware and be on the guard for this pandemic.